Right. Those of you that would have guessed that I was going to put the horseshoe on, you're right. I'm going to put the horseshoe on. So notice where this is. That's wrong. It should be up here. This came with its own screws. These standoffs are part of the base plate, so I'm not going to have to worry about them. Next thing I'm going to do is tin the end of the wire. This way it makes soldering easy in the points where it's going to go. You have some solder on them. The fresh solder always melts old solder easier. So okay, that's good. Okay, you always want to wait till the end of the wire is cool before you touch them. Okay, now I'm going to feed them through the hole to go to the control cavity. Just go easy. Don't yank on the wires at all. Okay, and it's through. Now to make it easier, I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to do the ground wire first. Then I'm going to do the hot wire. Okay, so let me get my solder. And I'm going to add some solder to the pot. Where all these other connections are. Okay. The solder goes to where the heat is. If the connection is not hot enough, you're going to get a terrible solder joint. It's going to be cold, and it's not going to conduct well. I'll get the wire in here. This is not a good connection yet. Okay, and that is on. Take these screws out, either by hand or use a screwdriver. Come on. Okay, I'll take my surround plate. The longer end goes to the back. Okay? It really doesn't matter which side of the pickup goes in. It just matters how you mount it correctly. Make sure you have the mount for the ground flush against the pickup mounting plate. Now you put the screw through. Now the spring goes on. Now put the screw into the base. Don't screw it too much, because then you're not going to leave yourself enough room to work for the other side. Put the screw through a little bit. Get the spring. Screw all the way through. And tighten it up. Unfortunately, the person that refinished the space even did the inside the control cover, so you can't see the writing or anything. One of these days, this space is going to have a proper finish. I don't know when. Maybe when I retire from live playing. I'll give it a proper finish, but I might not wait till then. But this bass might wind up in the hands of Paul W. or Larry from the forum one of these days. Okay, raising it up enough to get strings in. Now, how high you make your pickup is up to you. Obviously, you don't want to make it too high. You don't want it hitting the strings. You don't want it creating unnecessary distortion, but you want it to make it sound the way you want it to sound, and that's what's important about pickup height. That's good for now, for me to put this assembly back in place. Okay, let me not leave this messy. I'll give it a couple of twists so it gets out of the way. That under there, in there. Put that down. And I will screw that in place. And screw them all the way down until you have all 4 screws in place. You can find the screw holes easier. Okay, give me back my screw. Okay, now we can tighten them all the way. Again, don't kill tighten any screw, just snug it. Nice and snug. Snug. And that's ready to go. That's not a brand new horseshoe pickup from Rick. This one, I'm not sure how old it is. I have the feeling it's at least 10 years old. But I know it works, and it's going to serve me pretty good now. It's going to get a lot of use.